Yeah. What's everybody fighting for? Why can't people help people? That's the question.
Oh my gosh, it's people helping
people! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for joining another amazing episode of People Helping People. And as you can see, we have a different setup today. I mean, it's the same setup, but we got a different angle. Our camera completely took a shit on us right out the gates. So I'm going to have to get a new cord for the camera, which is totally fine. And, we're going to have a show today with a guest, and he couldn't make it. Well, he could make it, but we were having technical difficulties, and that's just what it's all about. So we're running with it. Hello, Vince. Welcome in. And yeah, again, if you guys hadn't noticed, we're at a different angle here. So after this show, I'm going to have to go to Best Buy. We're going to have to get new cable. I really hope it's the cord running to my camera, because if it's not the cord running to my camera, then it is my camera. And that's a much bigger thing to fix. So our fingers are crossed that it is just the cable. And after the show, we're going to go ahead and go pick us up a new one, because, I want to keep this show going. And, we are on day number 12 of 30 live shows in 30 days. And it has been very interesting. We've had a lot of curveballs. We've had a lot of ups and downs and lefts and rights. And it's really been a fruitful endeavor, though. And we got a lot of amazing shows coming up as well. But prior to getting into the show, you guys, we're going to go ahead and shout out our sponsors. We have people that we are super proud to be representing, and one of which will be TTown Boxing and carsfortucson.org. So let's go ahead and talk about carsfortucson.org for just a moment before we dive into the meat of the show here. Let me get on my old man shades so I can read what the heck is going on. If I put them like this, I'm really, really fitting the part of an old geese. Let's see here. And I don't have my monitor right now. I don't have, we're really winging it right now. I don't have my monitor to be able to, hold on one second. All right. We don't have a mic stand. We don't have the monitor to be able to see ourselves over there. So I'm just going to get into this ad read for you guys. One moment. Let me pull it up. There it is. Okay. Carsfortucson.org. They are out here doing God's work. And I say that every time because that is the absolute truth. They are helping people that have been hindered financially with car repairs. And they say this: one car repair can create a powerful ripple effect for a low-income family. For a low-income family struggling with housing, a reliable vehicle means that they can hold on to their job, access childcare, and avoid spiraling into homelessness. Cars for Tucson understands this. They exist to provide affordable, sometimes free, critical car repairs to ensure these families stay connected to their livelihoods and their homes. And their goal as well is to give away cars. Go ahead, be a part of the positive ripple effect. Your donations help prevent homelessness, one car or one repair at a time. Visit carsfortucson.org to learn more and give today. Again, that's carsfortucson.org. And again, we are so happy to be representing those guys and so thankful that they want to be a part of our team here at People Helping People. And we got some ugly visuals today. We're running off our little cam because for those of you who are just joining us, we're having some camera trouble, but that's okay. And we have one more amazing sponsor to show you guys here. Let's get into it. This episode of People Helping People Live is sponsored by TTown Boxing, Tucson's home for boxing, kickboxing, and recovery classes for all ages. TTown Boxing isn't just a gym. It's a community where you can build confidence, discipline, lifelong skills, whether you're stepping into the ring for the first time or sharpening your techniques. From kids to adults, beginners to experienced fighters, TTown Boxing offers a space to grow, train, and challenge yourself. So, if you're ready to push your limits and join an amazing community, reach out to TTown Boxing on Instagram at instagram.com/TTown Boxing or their website, boxingtucson.com. Again, instagram.com/TTown Boxing or their website, boxingtucson.com. Back to the show. All right. So proud to be representing those guys. Huge shout out to TTown Boxing. And for those of you just joining us, we're going to have a guest on the show, and we're having technical difficulties. And as you can see, we are using a webcam today. Our camera is down. I'm going to go pick up a new cord after the show. We have some people popping in here. I want to go ahead and acknowledge those. Vince, how are you? He says hi. Vince, how you doing? Welcome to People Helping People. I hope you're having an awesome day. Tell us about it. Let's hear about it. Let's get some conversation going. Rich E., our friend. Hello. Good evening, my friend. Welcome in. And yeah, again, I hope that you guys are having a great day. Let me take these old readers off here. I hope everybody's having a great day. We are just throwing audible after audible on the show here to keep this 30 by 30 live for you guys. And tomorrow, hopefully, we'll be back up and running. We have some incredible guests over the weekend, so I hope you guys are going to join us. And let me say, too, we are trying to get our YouTube watch time up to 3,000 hours so we can monetize over there on YouTube. So if you're not watching this from this, I hope that I'm pointing in the right direction. If you're not watching this from youtube.com/@ People Helping People Live, jump over there. Let's help get that up to our 3,000 watch hours for the month so we can monetize on YouTube. Facebook has completely demonetized us, which is totally fine. Oh, well. So we got to maneuver around it. And it's going to take you guys switching over to that platform and watching from there to help us out. So let's see who else. We got One Moon Collective. What's up? 857 Tucson and Friends. Awesome channel. I came across you the other night when you had that badass older lady on. Nice. I think that you're referring to Teresa Vanderveer. Thank you for the comment, One Moon Collective, and thank you for joining the conversation. Yeah, I think that you're talking about Teresa Vanderveer, and we had such a good discussion, man. I mean, she had a lot of wisdom to share with us, and I think at the end of that discussion, I really boiled it down to one key point that, there was a lot that I took away from that, to be honest, but she was discussing that, hold on just a moment, you guys, just a second. Let me make sure that this is okay. Yes. Okay. So yeah, we were discussing having an abundance mindset, right? And I feel like that is really important. And I was having this discussion with one of my buddies earlier, how that podcast kind of reignited something in me to have that abundance mindset. And it's not always easy. It's not always easy to visualize yourself in a place that is exponentially better than where you are now and not letting all these outside forces bring you down. And when we were talking, she was just talking about being grateful. And she was talking about, showing appreciation for where you're at right now and visualizing the things that you would like to either achieve or see in your life in the future and feeling those feelings. And you hear those things a lot, right? You hear about manifestation and all this, but it was really nice to have that conversation with her and kind of reignite that within myself. And as I was having this discussion with my buddy yesterday, I was like, man, Teresa Vanderveer really reignited that in me. And he reminded me of how this entire year, since the beginning of the year, I've been saying that I've had this unwavering optimism. And I didn't know where this optimism was coming from. For some reason, I just knew that this year was going to be my fucking year. I really did. And I didn't know why. I've got this car rental agency, and I just kind of was like, okay, I know where this car rental agency is going to go. And I enjoy running that business. I enjoy growing things. That's the main thing. It's like I enjoy putting time and effort into something that I can see grow over time. But I had this unwavering optimism and forgot that at the first 4 or so months into the year, I kept saying that, like, man, I don't know what it is about this moment in time. I don't know what it is about this year, but I know it's going to be my year. I know that it's going to be the most fruitful and fulfilling year of my life. And I did not know what that looked like yet. So to hear Teresa Vanderveer, which I believe One Moon Collective, that's the episode that you're referring to hear her reassure me of that, and then to have that conversation and be reminded of the mindset that I had been feeling this year, it gave me a little bit of direction. And here I am with a podcast called People Helping People. And at the beginning of this year, I would have never fathomed this being a thing. And I'm building out a network of incredible individuals and having great conversations with them. I'm failing in front of a lot of people over and over and learning and building out this network of individuals who are really embodying and embracing what People Helping People is all about. I want to see the people around me win. I want to be able to give the people that are around me that are trying to do good in the world the resources to do so. And I never would have known that, it would start with this. So, excuse me. So, it's pretty cool. Pretty dang cool. Who knew? I'm going to pop over into the comments real quick. And, again, thank you guys for being a part of the community. Thank you for jumping into the comments. Again, if you're not watching this on the People Helping People Live YouTube channel, I'm going to put that into the comments because I think we got to get this to 3,000 watch hours. And when we get monetized, I'm going to give something away to you guys because you are the reason that we're continuing to do what we do. So I don't even have my mic stand this time. So we're caveman typing youtube.com/@ People Helping People Live. There it is. Cool. I'm going to pop this into the comments so you guys can go watch from the YouTube channel that we need to help grow. Okay. Let's put that right there. So you guys can just like copy and paste it or do whatever. But yeah, we need that to grow to, 3,000 watch hours so we can monetize over there. And let's see. One Moon Collective. Hold on. I'll get with you in a second. Like I said, this is going to be an interesting show. Let's see here. I'll put on my old man glasses. Let's see. One Moon Collective says, I was having a hell of a day dealing with artist bullshit that night, and that talk was awesome to listen to and helped knock me out of that funk. Awesome. Wow. Thank you for that. And she really was incredible. I mean, I'm so glad just to hear that one person is listening to this show and is getting something from it. I feel like that's the whole mission. That's the goal. The fact that people are tuning in and really listening to what these guests have to say, because there's so much wisdom behind what they have done in their lives. And I'm trying to bring guests on that do have that wisdom, that do have a story that is worth sharing, because now I feel responsible. I feel responsible to bring you guys value. And I didn't know what people helping people would turn into until we started throwing spaghetti against a wall and seeing what sticks. And I'm so grateful that you guys are getting some value out of the guests that I'm bringing on. There's nothing that gives me more joy in the world than having the people that are listening get some value, and having my guest that has come on to the show after the show feel ecstatic, feel heard, feel understood. And man, that feeling alone is something incredible. And I did not expect that to come from this podcast. So I'm extremely, extremely grateful. And this one goes out to all the guests and all the viewers, everybody that's been out there. Thank you. Rich E says, if you're not failing, you're not learning. Well said, Rich. Well said. I think that there's something to be said about the word failure. And I think that people are so scared to take on something where they think they might fail or may not be good at it. And the fact of the matter is, you don't know until you try. You don't know if whatever it is that you want to step into is going to be something that will ignite something inside of you. You don't know if the new endeavor or new business idea or new style of music is going to create something that makes you feel that passion, makes you feel some love, maybe gives you a little bit of anxiety. And every time before the show, I get butterflies, and that tells me that I'm doing something right. If I'm feeling nervous about what I'm about to do because of the weight of me wanting to provide value for you guys, that means I feel like I'm in the right lane. And it took me trying so many different things and failing over and over and over. But yeah, you can't fall down if you're not moving around, right? So we're going to continue eating it left and right. And again, for anybody that's just joining us, I see some more people coming in. If you're just joining us, we are getting a new cord for the camera. Hopefully it's just the cord for the camera that we need and not a new camera. So after this stream, we're going to go to the store and make sure that things are looking great for you guys. And thank you for that comment, Rich. I really do appreciate that. And for anybody that's watching, if you're not watching from the People Helping People Live on YouTube, we're trying to get to 3,000 watch hours on there. So go over to there, subscribe, and watch from there so we can hit that goal. And when we hit that goal, I'm going to be giving some stuff away to you guys for being a part of this movement. Let's see. One Moon Collective says, all right, over here now. Thank you. I assume you're referring to the YouTube channel. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And Rich says, now I'm on your channel. Gosh, you guys rock. That's what is up. I really do appreciate that. Because yeah, we got to get to that. We got to get to that 3,000. Because I would love to be able to make money doing this for you guys, right? One way or another, I'll do this for free forever. Like, I enjoy this. I enjoy being curious about the person that's sitting next to me or that I'm on stream with or the viewers. I enjoy being curious. I enjoy learning with you guys. But if I can drop everything else to bring you guys better guests, have more interviews, maybe do a little bit more production for you, make it better, then it all starts with being monetized. So if you're not watching on that YouTube channel, get on over there. And everybody that switched, thank you. I appreciate you. Vince, hi. Hi, Vince. We see you out there. Thanks for joining us. Rich says, you're welcome. Hope you don't mind me calling you AJ. If you prefer something else, just let me know. AJ's totally fine. AJ's totally fine. I started going by Alexander late in life because there was so many Alexes in the world. When I'd be in a classroom, there'd be, 3 of us raising our hand at once when the name Alex was brought up. So I started going by Alexander, and as a musician, as an artist, I just took my first name and my middle name, Alexander, the letter J, called it a day. So I started going by Alexander J. But there's plenty of people out there that call me AJ, so that's totally fine. Let's see. Magic Wood. I'm usually tuned in and listening in the background. Dylan Harris here, by the way. My brother, Dylan Harris. Bro, thank you for jumping in and leaving a comment. And, that's awesome. If you have this just chilling in the background, I love that. I love that. And I think that's something that's so great about the podcast is like, either you can be super attentive and be involved in the conversation with the community, or just have it playing, have it chill. If you can learn something while we're sitting here spewing, that's great. And Dylan Harris and we used to skate down at the skate park in McMinnville, Oregon. And I remember looking up to you guys so much as a kid. Though he has such a cool, buttery style. Watching him skate is just, he's the Birdman, Watching him skate has always been something that I enjoyed doing. And big shout out to you, man. He's always shown nothing but love for me and just been respectful. And I feel the same about you, man. So thanks for joining us. I appreciate you. Jeffy, we see you out there. Welcome in. Jeffy says, my horse's name is AJ. Yeah. Heck yeah. That's great. That is great. Magic Wood says, love hearing good conversation in the background. He also says, you had a really good attitude growing up in the chaos. He also says, much appreciated, Alex. Yeah, man. I feel like, McMinnville, I really want to give back to our hometown. So as I continue to grow this, like there's so much that I want to do for McMinnville, because obviously McMinnville, Oregon has a big piece of my heart, and I'm happy to be out of there, but I also have not forgotten. And so as we continue to grow and continue to build, I want to be able to grab everybody that I've had on the show as guests or people that have reached out to me and be able to put on events and sponsor, people that may be in need of help, because I know the good, the bad, and the ugly of McMinnville. And I think that there's a lot of good that can be done there. And, I feel like that whole town has been stripped of places for anybody to do anything. Every time I come home, it's like, shit, if you don't drink, the only thing that you have to do is go bowling, or you can go to the skate park still, which I think is constructive, but not everybody skates. So there's not a whole lot to do down there. And I feel like that place could really benefit from a really cool dance spot where there's, during the daytime, you have sports that you can play, pickleball or tennis or who cares, whatever it may be, but a spot where people can get together and surround themselves by physical activities and good food and good vibes. So don't think that I forgot about McMinnville, man. I'm looking forward to doing something for that place, because they still hold a piece in my heart for sure. Let's see. Rich, can you all please hit that like button? It'll help AJ out a lot. Man, thank you, Rich. I really do appreciate that. Yeah, and people don't realize that, hitting the like button wherever you're at, if you're on Facebook or you're on YouTube or I think that's all we're on right now is Facebook and YouTube. But if you're on one of those two, that helps get this out to more people. So those calls to action, I'm not very good at. I'm learning, but those calls to action are really important. So thank you, Rich, for bringing that to my attention and for everybody else that's in here's attention as well. It looks like we got some more likes out of that. So thank you, Rich. I appreciate that. Dylan Harris says they just took out the bowling alley too. Dude, what's left? What's left? McMinnville, I mean, what are they doing, man? It's such a bummer because, like I said, when I do come home to visit, I really love McMinnville. And when I come home to visit, they've taken all the hangout spots. The only things to do are to go drink. And I don't drink. I haven't drank in 7 years. I don't even know, since January 14th of 2019. So I haven't drank in, 6+ years. And I come home and the only place to actually go see anybody that's in McMinnville is out at the bar. So I go there and I'll be sober. And I don't even know if there's any bars to hang out at anymore, but there's no places to play pool, no places to go do physical activity amongst other people. So I just really feel like McMinnville needs a little bit of love. And there's no bowling alley anymore. That's nuts. And he says it's just a wine tasting town at this point. Yeah. It's really turned into, like a yuppie area. And I hate to say that like that, but there's really nothing that McMinnville was built on that's there anymore. And I'm sorry for everybody that's listening right now, because this is a very niche conversation about my hometown, McMinnville. But I've really just watched it over the years be stripped of its music scene, be stripped of its local hangout spots, be stripped of anything that felt constructive for the youth to be able to go do. And I haven't forgot about McMinnville, and I hope to someday bring something to McMinnville that, can reignite some of the younger people to go have a place to go do things. So yeah, it is just a wine tasting town. Absolutely. And Magic Wood says, dang, we quit drinking around the same time. Props, dude. That's beautiful, man. Congratulations on that, especially in a place where that's all there is to do. It's not easy. It's not easy at all. I've really found that fitness has completely changed my life. And I now can go out to bars and hang out and dance and still have fun and not feel like I have to drink, which is great. But that took a couple years of like getting those reps in. When you first stop drinking, you go out and you're like, fuck, I don't know how to be social. I don't know how to dance. These conversations are clunky. Like, this all sucks. But that stuff, it goes away over time. It's the same thing as like day one in the gym, right? Everything's heavy. You're sore as hell when you're done. You don't really know how to maneuver around or what weights to grab, or, if you should be doing cardio or not. But as you continue to go, you continue to learn, okay, all right, this is the regimen. I can do these things and I'm feeling stronger. And it's about getting those reps in. So if anybody is considering, quitting drinking, just understand that it's a long process before you can kind of get back into the groove of the old things that you used to do without drinking. And, I'm here to help advocate for you, because it cannot be easy sometimes. So yeah, thank you for the comment, brother. I appreciate that. And good on you for quitting the booze, because that's not easy. That's not easy. For me, it was for health purposes. I've got Crohn's disease. I'm a type 1 diabetic. I got issues from nose to tail, autoimmune problems. You name it, I've got it. So for me, it was like, do I want to live to see my niece and nephew get older? Do I want to live to make the impact that I knew when I was younger? I always felt like I had something in the world that was waiting for me. And I had to prove, I was like waiting to like prove myself. Like, I'll show them one day. I'll show them one day. And I think when I was younger, that was more so my ego speaking, that I needed to prove it to the people around me. And now I need to prove it to myself. I need to prove it to the inner me, my self-talk, my physical well-being, all these, my psyche. I need to make sure that I'm well taken care of and, find my purpose. And that's what we're here doing. Rich says, now that I'm semi-retired, I've thought about opening an arcade like we had in the 80s. Ooh, that would be fun. But with all the old games. Also, got to get over all this medical BS first. Dude, how cool would that be? How cool would that be to have an arcade like that? There's the Cobra downtown here in Tucson, which is kind of cool. It's more of a club though, a lot of kids running around getting drunk. No shame in that. You do your thing. But I go in there and I play NFL Blitz. I don't know if you've ever played NFL Blitz, but I know it's not one of the OG games, but it's an old Nintendo 64 game. And my buddy Zach and I, we go there and we go toe to toe. Like, it's not even, we are so competitive, it's not even funny. So it's not just us sitting down to play some NFL Blitz. It's like we're putting quarters in, clear the stage. Nobody's talking. Like, we are in the zone. So I've always had a good time at arcades. And I remember growing up in McMinnville, Oregon too. We had this place called, maybe Dylan Harris can help me out with this one. But it was called, was it Rack and Q or Pool? Oh gosh, what was it called? Anyways, they had old Xboxes set up there and you could rent time. So you'd pay per hour, where they had a couple of games, whatever. We'd play Halo, like LAN party Halo. And it was a really cool hangout spot. So I think those things are important. It's important to have people come together and play games and enjoy each other's company. And I think it's kind of becoming a lost art, is this stuff, social media becomes more and more prominent, which I think there's good and bad in everything. And I think that we're trying to do good on the social media side of things by helping people with wisdom and love. But, there's less and less human connection, human interaction. And maybe I'm just blessed to be born in the era and generation that I was born in. But we did used to play outside. We did used to play capture the flag. We did used to go out and skate until the street lights turned on and we had to be home. And so a lot of our time was spent out in the woods or out in the streets or, knocking on neighbors' doors to see if so-and-so could come out and play. So we're in a new era right now, and it's really interesting. So if we can create places where people can get together and still have that human interaction, I think is super important. Dylan Harris says, I had to quit drinking and smoking cigarettes before I developed type 1 diabetes. That's right. I remember you reached out to me because you had some stuff going on and I didn't want to just like put you on blast, right? But I remember you reaching out to me, and I am really proud of you for taking the steps that you took. You quit drinking, and I hope that you're trying to cut out and mitigate anything processed and sugars and things like that. But good on you, man. Good on you, because those things are what lead into type 1 diabetes. And we are all victims of that. My goodness. And I see a bunch more people joining us. Thank you all for joining us. We're having a great conversation with the people right now. We were having technical difficulties this morning. We are out a camera right now, and hopefully it's just a camera cord. But this is what we're rocking with. We got our little microphone set up right here. Our little camera set up right here. And we're making do. So right after the show, I'm going to run to the store. I'm going to get a new cable. Cross my fingers that it's just the stinking cable. Because if it's the camera, we might be looking like this for a little while. Yeah, just what it is. Thank you all for joining us. And let's see. Kayla Coffee Studios. She says, I love you. That is my beautiful girlfriend. She is amazing. I love you too, baby. Thank you for joining us. And yeah, I'm really excited because she's getting her whole art room together. If you haven't followed her on Instagram, it's at Kayla Coffee Studios. She's doing this full-fledged comeback. And she's telling the story of her comeback and why she quit and what she's going to be doing. She's going to be putting together collections of art and, just giving it to the people. So if you want to follow her journey, which is a really cool one, go follow her at Kayla Coffee Studios on Instagram. And Rich, yeah, good for you, Magic. Good work. He's talking to Magic Wood, who quit drinking, and yeah, gosh, I'm right there with you, brother. Great work. If you ever need support too, like if there's anything I can do for you, man, since you have quit, and if you just need some support, or if you need an ear, I'm here. I'm here. You can send me a text. You can call me anytime. Whatever it may be, if you're struggling or you just need somebody to talk to, or you have questions about nutrition, whatever it may be, give me a call. Let me know, and I'm here for you, brother. Yeah, Magic Wood says, or Rich says, I remember that from Nintendo. Yeah, we're talking about NFL Blitz. It was the most epic game ever. I mean, you want to get competitive and play some foosball, that's the spot to do it. NFL Blitz is where it's at. We had so much fun playing that. So much fun. And I say we do have so much fun playing that. Let's see. Magic Wood says there's a few different renditions of arcades in McMinnville. Yeah, they've kind of flopped. I mean, that's what I've noticed, at least. They've kind of flopped. But I really just want a hangout, man. I want a spot where it's cool to go spend the day. There's so many places here in Tucson, Arizona, where I'm at, where you can go have drinks, you can go eat good food, you can play ping pong, you can play cornhole, you hang out while somebody, there's a guitarist over there playing music. It's a big open style venue / restaurant / game spot. But that type of spot where there's actual interaction, I think is so important, man. And McMinnville just needs something like that. Let's see. Vince, we see you out there. 100, he says. Let's see. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Dylan Harris or Magic Wood says, yeah, I went into DKA. For anybody that doesn't know, DKA is a really, really scary thing. It's when your blood sugars get so high, essentially your body starts to eat itself from the inside out. I mean, it's really a terrifying thing. You're peeing all the time. And I too was in DKA before I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. So it was super scary. And he says, learning to skate with diabetes has been a challenge. Ooh, I didn't even think about that. I'm curious, like why that would be a challenge, So are you type 2 diabetic now, or where are you at right now? Let's see. He also says, hey, Kayla, really dig the art, by the way. Awesome. Yeah, go support. If anybody else out there is an artist or musician or whatever, while we're sitting here, like, let's check out your stuff. Go ahead, shoot me a link. Let's do it. We were going to have a guest on today, and we had technical difficulties with that. And then we had technical difficulties with our camera. But again, this is 30 by 30. I'm bringing you guys 30 live streams in 30 days, and I'm keeping my word. We are running it up. So if you, sorry, I'm trying to read these comments. But yeah, if you guys have any art or anything that you want to share with us, let's check it out. I'm here for that. 857 Tucson, we see you. That's Damien. That's Damien right there. That's the man who has an incredible Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, X channel called 857 Tucson. And he brings you real stories from the streets of Tucson. And I wish every zip code had an 857 Tucson, and I think that that's what he's going to blossom into, is just like this ears to the streets, like a real news reporting station in all these different area codes, the shit you don't see on TV, right? Like, why is there an accident on here, here, and here? And you can go to 857 Tucson and he'll give you the nitty gritty. It's all there, which is great. People deserve to be informed. Let's see. Magic Wood says 3rd Street has a really cool music thing they do where they shut down 3rd and have a bunch of artists perform. Nice. Okay, so they're trying to do a little something. I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah, they need more of that. That's for sure. But yeah, you guys, I really appreciate everybody showing up for the stream. I appreciate our sponsors. And listen, if you guys want to be a sponsor of the show, go ahead and shoot me a message. Shoot me a message on Instagram. I'm going to put it up here. Let's see here. Yeah. Shoot me a message on Instagram. And let's go right here at People Helping People Live on Instagram. If you want to be a sponsor of the show, or you think somebody that you know would like to sponsor the show, we'll go ahead and shout you out. And I want to make sure too that it's going to be a good fit first. Like our current sponsors really embody what People Helping People are or is and can be. So they are, they're somebody that we're proud to represent. And so if you guys want to be a sponsor of the show, just shoot me a DM on the Instagram here. Go ahead. It's at People Helping People Live. And I really appreciate everybody stepping into the stream tonight. Like I said, we're having technical difficulties left and right, and that's just what it is. We still running it. This is day 12 of 30. And we really appreciate you guys stepping into the stream and having conversations with us and one another. We're building out this community one stream at a time. But I think we're going to go ahead. And 857 Tucson says, thank you. Loving your show. Thank you, brother. Yeah. And if you're loving the show now, just wait. Like I love doing this stuff where I'm just interacting with you guys and we're having great little chats. Don't get me wrong. That's amazing. But the guests that I have coming up are really going to change everything for People Helping People Live. They are pillars in whatever it is that there's some musicians that I'm going to have on that I reached out to, and they were happy to be a part of the show. And their message is crazy. Their stories are crazy. And they're just inspiring individuals. I have some people, because I lived in Greece for 3 months. I have some people from Greece that are going to be on. I met people from all over the world, and they enjoyed what I was doing, and they want to be a part of the show. So I'm really excited to have them on. And so you guys stay tuned. If I go live, pop in on YouTube at People Helping People Live on YouTube. Jump over and watch over there. We got to get to 3,000 watch hours on YouTube. So when we do that, we're going to do a giveaway. I'm going to give, as much away to you guys as I possibly can, because this wouldn't be possible without you guys. So go over to the YouTube channel. I mean, it's listed right here. It's the @ People Helping People Live. Go watch it from there. We got to get to 3,000 watch hours. Let's see. Magic Wood says, I'm really impressed. It's no easy feat streaming on multiple platforms every single day. You've got my support. Thank you. Thank you. And sometimes I come into these streams with just one word of let me rephrase. Hold on. I come into these streams with a single word topic, right? So before I jump on, if I don't have a guest, like the guests are the shining stars of the show. So if I don't have a guest, then I just jump on and I'm like, okay, today we're going to talk about balance. Today we're going to talk about purpose. Today we're going to talk about grit or whatever it may be. And we just run with it. And luckily, you guys keep the show going. So Rich says, got a question for you. Is there a story behind your ink? It usually tells a story of some sort. Yes. I mean, there's a lot of stories. Gosh, I guess we could start with the first tattoo I ever got. And this is funny because I was 18 years old. I'm 34 now. So that's 16 years ago. And I'm 18 years old. The day of my 18th birthday, my parents, of course, didn't want me to get tattoos. And at the time, tattoos were still pretty taboo. Not a lot of people had them. I mean, more so than maybe 10 years prior. But, oh, my insulin pump is going off. But yeah, so it was pretty taboo to get tattoos. And my parents, of course, didn't want me to get any. So what I did, the sly little 18-year-old fox that I was, I went and got a tattoo on my 18th birthday. And I came home and I showed my parents. Now, I was adopted by my father. I never met my real dad. So he came into my life at 5 years old. And, he really took me under his wing as his own. And I'm forever grateful. Love you, Pop. You the man. But when I got this tattoo, I knew that the only way that I could get away with getting a tattoo is if I got something that was meaningful to them. So this is what I did. I went and I got Pops on the back of my arm. Oh, God, a laugh track. That's bad. That's bad. All right. We can never do that again. But I got Pops tattooed on the back of my arm so that my old man couldn't get mad. And they loved it. They loved it. And so that's when everything began, getting tattoos, that is. After that, I got this one, which is super faded now. This sheet music here is for the song Drops of Jupiter by Train. And I got that because my sister played that on piano all the time and I sang it. So you have this microphone here, you have the sheet music, and now it just looks kind of like just a bunch of lines on my arm because, again, 16 years ago. But I got that for my little sis. And then, gosh, my Nana always had frogs around. So we got a tree frog here for my Nana. My great grandfather, you can't really see him. Anyways, yeah, there's tons of stories. But then after I got all these things that had so much meaning, I eventually just got what I wanted. I was like, I've got basically my whole family all over my body. I want an owl with a bald eagle in its talons just on the middle of my chest. And this one has a lot of meaning to me as well. My sister was married to a man by the name of Jesse McFerrin, and he was an incredible tattoo artist in McMinnville, Oregon. He had a tattoo shop there in downtown, and he tattooed my whole chest. So my chest and my neck up to about here. And, I'm so thankful that I was able to get some ink by Jesse because he is no longer with us. And I get to carry a piece of his work. I get to represent his art. And, that's something that's special to me. So yeah. Yeah. And the cool thing about it was like, this one didn't have meaning before everything that had happened. So when he passed, it gave this so much more meaning. But yeah. And then I got type 1 on the side of my neck, the logo type 1, and then on the back of my neck it says type 1 diabetic. So yeah, that way if I fall face down as a diabetic, they can look at the back of my neck and be like, hold up, get that man some sugar, get him some sugar. So great question, Rich. Thank you. One Moon Collective says, if it wasn't for my artwork and the amazing people I've met through it and support me, I probably wouldn't still be here to type this right now, and is living proof that art heals. Ooh. Yeah. Truly. It is really amazing what art can do for an individual in one way or another. And I can relate to you on that. I understand that fully, because I don't think a lot of us artists would be here anymore, because I think that we especially are so hard on ourselves in so many different aspects, being perfectionists and having to have that outlet to show our creative size. Thank you, One Moon Collective, for that. I really do appreciate that. Thank you for sharing. But I can definitely relate, because when it came to my music, I felt the same way, right? Sitting down with a guitar, playing the guitar when I felt like I needed somebody to talk to. And I never felt like I had anybody to talk to. I always felt as though within my family, I was always the mediator. If so-and-so was arguing with so-and-so, I was the guy with the white flag. Like, can't we all just get along? And so I never really had somebody to go to when I needed it. So I went to the guitar. I went to the piano. I would sing. And I never looked for like external validation when I first started playing guitar. And it was always just my therapist. So I'm so glad, One Moon Collective, that you found an outlet to give you that. Because a lot of people look for that and, don't find that purpose in creating, and find that therapist in creating is really unique and special. So I'm so glad that you're still here to create art. I would love to showcase some of your art sometime if you'd like. Oh yeah. Thank you for that comment, by the way. Magic Wood says, not to mention keto flu. Holy smokes. That almost took me out. We still streamed that day, but yeah. This is day 4 or 5 of the carnivore diet. I don't even know. I'm trying to keep track of too many things right now. I know we're on day 12 of this. This is what's important. But the carnivore diet almost took me out. I am feeling much better now. No extreme headaches like I was having. I did eat a big meal last night for the first time in a few days because I was so sick, and it absolutely destroyed me. So I went to bed feeling destroyed, but I woke up this morning feeling great. So we're on the tail end of the keto flu, which is really good. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you guys joining the show. I hope that everybody's taking chances. I hope everybody's giving themselves the opportunity to fail at something. And gosh, yeah, just go take some chances. Go try some new things. And you may not be failing in the public eye, but you can fail on your own, and it's okay. Give yourself a little bit of grace. Give yourself some love, because if you're not failing, you're not trying anything new. So I love you all, and I thank you for joining us on this episode, this wonky episode, number 12 of People Helping People. Thank you guys. Everybody have a beautiful night. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Yeah. What's everybody fighting for? Why can't people help people? That's the question.